you're not doing these 3 things to sign up new members. Number 1 is the mindset of the person signing the new member up. And I see this all the time, and I think a lot of people go in, when people come and try our classes, CrossFit, yoga, Pilates, martial arts, dance, gymnastics, whatever in-person membership business we're running, people come into our venue and they want to try a class. The assumption very often of the person signing up is that we've got to convince them to join. They're not ready yet. And whilst there's some truth in that, and of course everyone just doesn't walk in with their card ready to pay straight away, there is another perspective that I like to train our teams on, and I would offer to you. And it's that they actually are ready to sign up. They've gone to so much effort. People don't realize this or forget this very often. When someone turns up for your class, they've probably, in most cases, some people are impulsive, yes. Like maybe 10, 15, 20% of the people that turn up just saw a thing, click the button, they're in, right? But most people, probably 80% or more, take more time and thought over things. So they've probably seen a few ads, they've probably checked you out online, they've probably spoken to some friends or family about coming in, they've contemplated for a period of time before they came in. And then when they come, they're probably quite nervous. Most people, 90% of them are going to feel very nervous, some of them literally terrified about coming in and trying your classes. And they've had to break through that fear. And then they've had to get in their car and they've had to travel across town on a rainy, dark night, if it's the middle of winter, and come to a strange venue and meet a bunch of strangers and move their body in some way they're not used to moving their body. Like, it's a scary contemplation for someone to go to and try. And so all of those things add up to my belief, and this is why I've always been so successful at signing new members into my business, is that they are actually ready to join. They're asking you, without saying the words, please just show me what I think this is. I've put a lot of thought into this. I think this is going to be great. I think it's going to do for me what I want it to do for me. Please just make me feel welcome and show me and prove to me that I'm right and this is actually going to be the fun, cool workout thing that I wanted it to be, and I'm ready to join. So the mindset of the person doing the sign up is critical. So listen, here's the stats. If you're not converting 80 to 90% of the people who walk through your door, if you're not converting them into paying ongoing members for your business, one of 2 things is happening. Number 1, you might be really premium pricing. And if you are, maybe you don't get the same level of conversion if you're charging like really good money for people to come and train in your club. Or, which is more often the case, the experience you're giving them just isn't world class. It's an average experience, and therefore you end up with 40, 50, 60, 70% enrolled. Get this bit right and you can sign up 80, 90, sometimes more than 90% of the students that turn up to try your class. It all starts with the mindset. Number 1, you've got to figure out and be really clear internally that they want to join, they're ready to join. You just got to not fuck it up and give them a bad experience on the night. So number 2 thing that you are probably not doing to sign new members into your business, especially if you're not converting 80, 90% of them, is what we call the world-class welcome. Now, I'm sure you're very welcoming. I'm sure you're good at this if you're on this business, but listen to me when I call it the world-class welcome. Because in our business, we don't want to be average standard. We don't want to be okay. We strive to be world-class in how we greet people into the business. If you ask my team, whenever I go and do sign-up nights, if I'm out in one of our locations, we've got a big group sign-up, for example, I'll be in the car park meeting and greeting people. I actually go outside and I'm a big, warm, welcoming face and energetic and friendly, and shake their hand and meet their kid if they're bringing a kid in and make them feel welcome before they even get to the door. Why? Because I know that doorway is quite terrifying for a large percentage of the people coming and trying our class. We walk them in, we introduce them to the instructor team, we introduce them to other people, we engage conversation for them so they don't have that discomfort of doing it themselves. We have the form filling process, etc., 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 right? You could do lots of different things, but it's so important that you craft what a world-class welcome looks like into your center, into your venue, train your team on it, train yourself on it, and then give that person that world-class welcome. You've got a very short time frame to nullify their fears and their discomfort and make them feel welcome and part of the team. And you can get that right literally in the first 30 to 60 seconds, and that can set the tone for the whole night. I've had people tell me hundreds, if not thousands of times through the years that they kind of ready to join when they got there. They felt so welcome and it felt so friendly and wonderful when they arrived that they were kind of ready to join before they'd even tried the class out. And number 3, in the things that you are probably not doing, especially if you're not getting 80, 90+% of the new members coming in to try your club converted into paying members, the third one is not giving them what they want when they come in to try the class. Let me give you a really simple example. I used to mentor a guy who every third week in his martial arts classes, he would just do fitness. And it was no martial arts at all. It was just push-ups and crunches and squats and sprints and jumps and just all sorts of stuff. Not a single punch or kick or anything martial arts related done in that class. And unsurprisingly, when we were looking at his statistics, he wasn't getting much of a conversion on those nights because people were coming in. He used to teach something called Taekwondo. If you don't know martial arts, it's a style of martial arts. And he would teach that format of class for new people. So they'd come in thinking they were going to learn a punch or a kick or some sort of martial art technique, which is why they'd come to the class. Yes, they may have wanted a bit of fitness, of course, but they came because they wanted to try martial arts out. And then they got beasted on bodyweight exercises for an hour, and that was it. And lo and behold, hardly any of them signed. So if someone comes in and they want fitness, within reason, if it's just you and you've got to look after a whole class, obviously we can't always meet their needs exactly, but if you've got the opportunity, if they want fitness, give them fitness. If they want sort of flexibility, let's make sure we build some flexibility into their first experience with us. What it is they say they want from the program, do your best to give them that, and of course, you're going to get more members signed up from night one.